kitchen coat rack bench. He watched as she closed the door, attended to the bullet hole from the other side. "You got any coffee, Mrs. Bickers? I'm dying for a cup." He knew that the old lady had never been comfortable with him, but he believed he could somewhat control the tension by having her feel he didn't notice. "Don't have any coffee," she said. "What about tea?" "Listen, I need to sit down with you and have a little chat. Sheriff wants me to do it, so I have to do it." "Come on back." She led the way to the rear of the long house and into the kitchen, across the buckled linoleum to the table. He held his holster away from his hip as he lowered himself into a chair. "A lot of excitement last night," he said. "Are you all right?" He watched as the old woman filled a mug with the coffee she'd said she didn't have and set it down in front of him. "Thank you, ma'am." She wiped both hands on her apron. Ogden wrapped his hands around the mug. "Strong tea," he said. She sat. "Let's get on with it." "Pretty fancy shooting last night, Mrs. Bickers. I'd never be able to hit a mark twice like that." "Well, I didn't see much point in putting 2 holes in a perfectly good door," she said without a hint of a smile. "No, I guess not. Mind if I take a look at your gun?" She frowned and twirled a lock of her loose gray hair between her fingers. "I need to see it." She nodded, got up, and walked out of the kitchen and across the hall. She opened the door and slipped inside, closing the door behind her. Ogden watched the door and was still watching when she came back out with a long-barrel .22 target pistol. "That's a hefty weapon, Mrs. Bickers." "Yes, it is." She put it on the table, her hand lingering on it. Ogden was impressed that the woman could even lift the pistol. She even seemed to have trouble raising it from her hip to the table. He figured that adrenaline had done the lifting and shooting in the darkness. "Are you going to take it from me?" she asked. Ogden didn't answer that question. "Is it true you didn't have any idea who was on your porch last night?" She sat across from him. "That's true." "You didn't even see them a little bit? How many? Man or woman? Tall or short? Wearing a jacket? Did he have a head? That's a high window, ma'am." "I didn't see anything. I heard a noise and shot at it. That's what happened." "Then I'm afraid I'm going to have to take your gun." She sighed, looked past him out the window of the back door. "A person's got a right to protect herself." "Protect is one thing. Shooting at noises in the night is another. That could have been anybody out there." "I shot high." "Could have been a tall somebody." "Just take it," she snapped. Ogden looked around the floor and then across at the litter box. "Where's your cat?" "She's outside somewhere. Been gone all morning." "Are you sure you're all right, Mrs. Bickers?" He suddenly felt uneasy. He wondered about the way she was looking away from him. "I'm fine." She looked him in the eye. "I had a prowler last night, and I shot at him, and I scared the hell out of him, and now you're taking my protection away." "Look at it this way. What if it had been me at the door?" "What if it had been you?" She pulled hair from her face. "First off, you wouldn't have been coming around that time of night unless you had a reason, and you wouldn't have pounded on the door like that." "Prowlers don't usually knock." "Pound, not knock." Ogden granted the distinction with a nod. He looked for the cat again and then realized just how cold the house was. "Go on. Take it," she said. "I'll come by and check on you now and again," he said. He picked up the pistol. "It's warm." Ogden observed that there was no clip. He pulled back the slide and saw that a round had been chambered. He removed it. "I don't need no babysitter." "Ma'am?" "I said I don't need no babysitter." "Yes, ma'am." He took another sip of coffee. "I like your coffee. And where's the clip?" "I took it out," she said. "Do you have any other guns?" "No, that's the only gun I have." She coughed. "I can take only this gun because you discharged it," Ogden told her. "But personally, I'd like to know if you have another, in case I get a call late some night." "That's the only gun in the house." "Okay. I'm still going to need that clip. I'm not expected to round up every stray."